Now, I am aware that this video is way after the Cell versus Metal Sonic death battle, but I'm just now remembering that somebody, I forgot who, they were like, I think it was my mom's boyfriend. He was like really mad that like Cell lost to Metal Sonic in the death battle. So to make it clear for all the Dragon Ball fans, which my dad is one of, so special little episode for those two, I guess. We're gonna just explain how Metal won, what I disagree with personally in the death battle, and then we'll just go off of everything else there. Now, as for the victor of the fight, first off, if you didn't go see the fight, go watch it. I personally think it's one of Death Battle's best episodes, period. But if you didn't watch the fight, Metal Sonic won against Cell, and a lot of people, specifically Dragon Ball fans, were kind of like, oh, there's no way Metal Sonic can beat Cell, yada, yada, yada. Cell's too powerful, and he has all the abilities of all the Z fighters, yada, yada. So we're going to go over a few things first. One is that Metal is way stronger than Cell. Like, even in his base form, or even in his I stuttered so hard there. Even in his base Neo Metal Sonic form, he would still be far stronger than Cell, considering the fact that, like, at most, Cell was able to blow up just a solar system. Like, just a solar system. That's it. Those were the upper limits of Cell's power. Metal Sonic, from his first appearance all the way up to where we are now, has consistently kept track with Sonic, Shadow, and all the other high tiers of the verse, who, at this point, have fought multiple omnipotent gods that can literally manipulate the multiverse with absolutely zero effort. So in terms of strength, Metal got that. In fact, Death Battle already explained that. Now, here's where I disagree with Death Battle. They said in their analysis after the fight that Metal was actually slower than Cell, and this is why I disagree. They ended up scaling Metal's max speed to the Time Eater, which was at most, like, I forgot what it was, like a few quadrillion times faster than light or something like that. And they ended up scaling Cell to something similar. It was Goku crossing from Grand Kai's planet all the way down to Hell in a few seconds or a few minutes, which was also like the same amounts of calculations as Metal. But that was Metal's super form, and that was Goku's base form, which is A, unfair, and B, I think is just a bad analysis because, like, again, we know Metal Sonic is way faster than, I was going to say something else, but it's a bad analysis because, like, A, Metal is faster than this, and B, this isn't like both of their upper limits. Now, Metal being faster than Cell actually comes from the same video game that they literally scaled Metal's speed to, which I think is stupid, but we're just gonna roll with it anyway. Metal's top speed at this point is the same as Sonic's, who in Sonic Generations, in the same game that they made their speed calculations in, and still said Cell was faster, they literally said that Sonic is so fast he can restore time. Sonic is so fast, he can restore time. That is way faster than anything we've seen from Cell. So speed, that should go to Metal Sonic. And in terms of everything else, they got it correct. Adaptation, they got that correct. Abilities, they got that correct. And it's also the fact that Metal can copy Cell's abilities. That's the biggest thing people miss from the fight and people misinterpret from the fight. Metal has an infinite number of ways to put down Cell, while Cell really only has brute force. Metal Sonic can freeze time. He can manipulate reality. He can even copy Cell's abilities and do all the other things that all the other Z fighters can, just like Cell. So the more you look into the fight, it's really not fair at all. And in all honesty, Death Battle really downgraded Metal, and he still won, which is something I find funny. So, yeah, that's my analysis on the Death Battle, but everyone has their opinions. This is just mine. So what do y'all think of the Death Battle? Do y'all think I'm still wrong, or do you agree with what I said in this video? Let me know.